I can show you the world. Yeah, that, that's a preview of what's to come.
Yeah, in spirit of that, happy Juneteenth. Shout
Okay.
out to the 13th Amendment. Let's go. That was sick.
Yeah, that was definitely a good move, I would say, historically. So I
Is that
guess shout out Abe.
anything else you'd like to say about Juneteenth?
I would like to say
Good.
that
Yeah. The what?
I'm glad we ditched doing slavery. That was
Mm.
pretty whack. And
Just traded it out for Jim Crow and segregation.
yeah, we didn't really learn our dang lesson, and some may say we still haven't. So happy Juneteenth. In honor of that,
Shout out to Joe. He made Juneteenth a holiday. Joe Biden.
oh, I thought you meant Rogan. I was like, what is happening?
Nope.
Shout out to Papa Joe. In honor of that, we're gonna be talking about prince and princesses.
Yep.
So
The top 10 prince and princesses. And
don't yawn.
oh my god. And not a lot of princes.
Well, they're lame.
Yeah.
They're pointless.
There's a
So
lot of lame ones.
they're very lame. There's a couple good ones, but you really have to pick and look for them. So this I feel like is a little bit more up my alley than
Yep.
yours. So I'm going to start us off.
Cool.
Number 10.
Right along.
Thank you. Number 10, Prince Eric.
No idea who that is.
It's the prince that Ariel falls in love with, the mermaid.
Ah.
Prince,
What's he the prince of?
just his land. Here's the thing about Disney. You will never know what they are the prince or princess of. They just are the prince.
Good.
Prince Eric, he's on the list because he is arguably the hottest one. So, like, in that respect, okay, you get a point. And that's kind of it. Like, he's great because I guess he falls in love with Ariel, even though they can't speak to each other because the whole bit is her voice was taken.
So do they just like write each other?
You have to watch the movie. It is one of my favorite Disney movies, so we'll watch it. Don't worry.
Cool.
And then I guess he's like a good sailor,
That's good.
but that's really all the traits we get.
Well, good sailor's a pretty good trait. Good quality.
He loves his dog. He has a dog that I can't
Nice.
remember the name of, so I guess that's good. But yeah, he's really on here because he is kind of giving zaddy. And that's about all he brings to the table. But some princes don't even bring that.
He
So
can sail you around. He can take
Yeah.
you places.
exactly. And you get a cute dog. So that's about it.
I don't know why you're saying it like that. Why you're just like, that's about it. That's a lot of it.
Sure.
Let's-
I just think there's others on this list who I'm like, oh, they have a bit more like backstory, a bit more personality. It's just they're a little more complex. Whereas him, you're like, yeah, he's just hot. So
Cool.
yeah, so he's on the list because there's definitely worse.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not bad by any means, but you know, I felt like 10 was a good spot for him. So number 10, Prince Eric, you total babe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
My number 10, the Prince of Persia.
Cool.
Yep. Started out as a video game and now it's a movie. So
Oh,
there you go.
swag.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
Awesome.
good.
Awesome.
Pretty athletic guy.
Okay.
Can run around, big parkour guy, big wall running guy.
I'm trying to think if anyone in my family ever played that game because that feels like something my like siblings / father would play.
Mabes.
I don't know. I'll have to check back on that.
Kind of run around Persia.
Cool. Yeah, that really feels like something my dad would like.
The sands of time.
Yeah.
You just backing up.
It's a movie?
There's a movie. It's not that good.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
It's fine.
Does he have a name, or is his name just Prince of Persia?
Ooh, you know,
Go ahead and name him now.
the Prince
Okay, well,
of Persia is Peter. I don't
Peter
know.
Persia. His last name is Persia. The more you say Persia, the crazier it sounds. Persia.
Persia. Destan.
You were
That's
close with
stupid.
Peter.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You're in the ballpark.
Yep.
Well, shout out Destan.
There's no way that's his freaking name. He's just the prince. Fuck giving him a name.
No, his name's Destan.
Yeah, but then you look up the game and it's just the prince. He's the prince.
You're yawning.
I'm so freaking tired.
It's rubbing off on me. Okay.
It's bad.
All right. Anything else you'd like to say about Peter?
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Never. Don't stop.
Yeah, please.
You're doing
don't
great.
Stop.
Okay. Well, my number 9 is Princess Jasmine. She is undoubtedly one of the battiest princesses that we were given.
She's showing the most skin.
Yeah, and
Which
she
is crazy. Wait, no, they're what's Aladdin? What's their ethnicity? Are they Indian or
couldn't tell you.
Middle
And
Eastern? Because if they're Middle Eastern, it's crazy that
it's
she's
giving
showing
Middle
the-
Eastern.
Then that's crazy that she's showing the
She's
most
the
skin.
princess. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Not when you're in. I don't know. I feel like Muslims are just anti that.
Well, I don't really know, and it's a fantasy land. So she's just a baddie. Again, I feel like she's a little low, mainly because she has a little sass, but that's kind of the extent of like personality. I do like her sass. I think she's the prettiest one by far. She has cool fits. She has a cool palace. She has a cool tiger as a pet, which I think is really beautiful.
Gotta be India.
Maybe it's Indian. I don't know. And I'm sorry for not knowing. But again, she's a little low on the list. If we were ranking it just on like baddie points, she'd be higher up. But we're not.
Cool.
And there's complexity. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
boom.
Yeah. My number 9, Pocahontas.
Nice.
It's a fun one based on a real one,
Yep.
real person.
Yep.
She was. Can we even call her a princess? Is she a princess in the movie?
Yeah.
She's like the tribe daughter.
If you look up Disney princesses, she's always on the list.
She's like a tribe leader daughter. That's princess.
I think it counts.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fun one.
She falls in love with the most boring white man of all time. That's her one flaw.
Was it John Smith?
Yeah. How exciting.
What a name.
So that's her real downfall.
Why are you hating on John Smith?
He's so boring. What does he do? He's like, hey.
I don't know. I'm sure he had some interesting. The real one.
Okay. I guess I am thinking of Disney, but still. Pocahontas, John Smith.
Have they live action?
No, which is shocking.
They did a Mulan, didn't they?
Yes.
Pocahontas has got to be on the way.
What was the last one you just said?
Mulan.
Okay. Just want to make sure that was intentional. Yeah, no, Pocahontas, she's a baddie. Honestly, not.
Did she help Lewis and Clark or Sacagawea?
That's Sacagawea.
Oh, I just did a Native Americanism.
Okay, that's not what it's called. But yes, you just did. Also, if they were to do a live action, I know that like ethnically this wouldn't work, but I feel like Kalila would be so good as Pocahontas.
I guess.
I don't know, she just gives that. Not that I'm a casting director, but
Like she would just be the worst actor.
well, she would.
Actress.
Yes, this is completely based on look. Acting wise, it would be terrible. But
Yeah.
anyway, shout out Pocahontas. Yeah, I don't know what you saw in John Smith, and hey, that's not for me to know. That's for history to know.
Maybe the dude had a piece.
I for her sake, I hope so. I really hope so.
Just some.
Because he's as bland in the movie, bland as it gets. Vanilla custard.
Well, that's the movie. And what's wrong with vanilla custard?
I hate vanilla custard.
Oh
You
my
will never
God.
catch me being like, oh, can I have vanilla, please? Oh, can I have vanilla ice cream, please? What?
Well, then you haven't had a good one.
And that's fine with me because if there's vanilla and then anything else is an option, I'm picking the anything else.
It's gotta be vanilla bean.
I don't care. No. I don't. I literally don't care. It could be vanilla or toenail surprise, and I'm picking toenail surprise. Anyways, my number 8, Anastasia. This is a Disney movie not a lot of people are familiar with, and it's the best movie of all time. You would actually, out of all of these,
Is that the redheaded chick?
no, that's Merida, the one that's like, if you could choose your own fate. That's Merida. I don't really care about her, to be honest with you, but Anastasia, based on a real-ish person, you would like this movie. We have to watch it. She is the surviving daughter of these two like Russian royals. And so they get axed when she's a baby because it's Disney. And she's like, who am I? Who is my family? I don't know who I am. That was an original. That's not in the movie. So she like meets some absolute rascals. And through their like rascal ways, she finds her way to her family. Surprise, surprise. It's like a Russian queen. And then she's like, I'm your granddaughter. I'm a princess. And it's really cool. The characters are so, like, genuinely, it might be one of the most slept on.
What's the name of it? I've never
Just
even
look up
heard it.
Disney Anastasia. It's the most beautiful. The characters are so, like, dirty and cool and beautiful.
I've never even heard of this shit.
Oh my God, it's so good. I should have put her higher. She's awesome. She's a badass.
Is Rasputin in it?
Yeah, he's the
Nice.
baddie.
So is this based on? Okay, yeah, you did say.
Yeah,
It's
like-
based. Yep,
loosely.
yep. The evil wizard Rasputin.
And the songs are beautiful. Like, it is the most hidden gem movie.
Cool.
So, Anastasia. Oh my stars. Just thinking about the songs. It's so cool. You would fuck with it heavy out of all of these. So, that's
Yep.
my number 8, Anastasia.
I do like some Russian shit for no reason.
Yeah, you do.
Stupid.
You need to meet my friend whose name is Anastasia, but we just call her Stace. But she's Russian, and she was like a Russian ballerina for years. She lives in Cali now. She was like one of my core people back home.
Cool.
She's fracking awesome.
Cool.
You would love her. And I love when she speaks Russian to her parents. I'm like, oh my stars. So anyways, shout out to my real friend, Anastasia.
Yep. Russians.
Yep.
Ballerina. Number 8, Cinderella. She's kind of basic. It is what it is. I feel like it's been played out. It's kind of the OG one, so she has to be on the list.
You're throwing a lot of disrespect right now. You're about to get a dang knuckle sandwich.
Whoa. Whatever. That's my 8.
I'll speak on it
Yeah, I bet you will. Clearly.
later. Well, that was rude. My number 7 is Prince Naveen. Prince Naveen, he's in Princess and the Frog. First of all, could you get any hotter? Please look him up so you can see.
Is he the frog?
No.
You said Princess and the Frog.
Okay, fair. Look up Prince Naveen. He is hands down
I don't even know how to spell it.
N-A-V.
There it is.
He is so freaking fine.
What the hell?
Oh my God. Also, I love him because he looks, I don't remember the main character's name. Tiana. I lied. It's Tiana. He looks at her and she's just this like, I'm just a girl out in the world. She's kind of a nobody, And he's like, "You're beautiful, you're amazing, I love you." And that's really cool to me because he could have all these royal baddies, he could have all these rich hoes, and he says, "No, I see you, girl." And she said, "Thank you." I love him.
So who's the frog?
Just a frog. I don't know the frog's name.
But the frog. Okay.
Maybe he is the frog. It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
I don't. Doesn't she kiss a frog? She's got to kiss the frog.
Okay, then maybe he's the frog. He's the frog.
Cool.
So
shout out to Naveen.
he's so fine.
I guess I don't know if I agree with that take.
That's okay.
It's an interesting take.
I think he's the hottest. So
Okay, cool.
cool.
Number 7, Jasmine. We talked about it.
Talk about it more.
Aladdin. She's cool. She rides carpets. I don't know. This is your freaking list. I don't know what else to say. She's cool.
She's hot. She's sassy.
International.
She also like doesn't really fall for the boy right away. Like she's like, you have to really work for it, sir. Also, she has a pet tiger. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
So, and he's so sweet to her. Cool. Cool. My number 6 is Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
Cool.
She used to be my number 1 girl. Like I had a weird like mermaid phase.
Did you want to be a mermaid?
Of course. Easy question.
Would you do it like they got at the aquariums?
No, because I can't swim and that sounds terrifying and I'm claustrophobic, so being in the thing. But in a fantasy world, I would be one. I would never do that. Also, I saw a video recently of one who a huge ash fish like sucked her head during a show and she had to like fight it off real quick. So that's my nightmare.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, she did it, but I'm like, no, you can't catch me doing that. But yeah, Ariel, she's so cool. I really went through a phase where like, and I mean, I was in my 20s when I went through this phase where I was like obsessed with her. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, I think the idea of mermaids are so cool. And she was like, "Papa, I love this guy," and he's like, "Don't," because he's a human, and she's like, "I don't give a shit, Papa. I'm going up there." And so then she makes a deal with the devil. So they say she goes up there, she gets her little legs, and the rest is freaking history.
Shit.
But I love that she's a little bit of a rebel. Yeah, she's my fave. Well, clearly not, because she's number 6, but she's a fave. Yeah, there's not much else to say. I wish that mermaids are real.
They are.
Well, wish granted. So
They just look ugly as shit.
well, not in this world. In this world, they're baddies and they're freaking snatched.
They're scary. They sound scary.
Not my world.
Well, I don't know what world
That
you're
movie-
living in.
That movie is so good. It's so good. Maybe we should watch some tonight. We won't. Don't worry. Go.
I don't even. What number? Are
I
we
just did
on?
my number 6.
Aladdin.
Nice.
Cool. You know, he's just a little rascal.
He is an absolute rascal.
He, you know, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't even think I've seen Aladdin. So
That doesn't surprise me if you've seen none of these, and that's okay. You didn't grow up with sisters. I am like to your exes. I will just say like you dropped the ball by not introducing him to at least one, but that's not your fault.
yeah, not a big Disney household. More of a Nick Cartoon Network kind.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, but Aladdin, carpets. His carpets are cool.
Yeah, he's surrounded by a lot of little magical little things. So that's
Yep.
pretty fun.
So he's got a cool hat.
Yep.
Very cool hat.
In a lot of ways, you and him are Aladdin and Abu, his monkey.
What? I didn't even know he had a monkey, so that's cool.
He gives a lot of Abu energy.
Oh,
Like
shit.
he can be very grumpy, but then he's just like the cutest little thing.
Yep, that's him.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So shout out to the I'm gonna go ahead and say they're Indians.
I mean, you could look it up.
I could. Aladdin. It feels Indian. The tiger. The tiger's what makes me think
I think
Indian.
it could. I really don't know. Because to me, it gives more Middle Eastern, but
Middle East, Southeast Asia.
okay.
It's some fictional place.
True.
They
Wait,
say
they sing
it's
about
like
Arabian Nights. That's like the opening. So
like
that's
Saudi Arabia type
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
Middle
yeah, yeah.
East. All
Could,
right, that's crazy then that Jasmine dresses like that and gets away with it.
well, this is the best
Wow.
land. So my number 5, Mulan.
Hmm.
Mulan. It okay. How do I even say it now? Mulan. There we go. She is, I feel like, very slept on. But that movie is low key one of the best movies that Disney ever did.
Phenomenal.
And also, like, the concept is way cooler than half of these other girlies, where she's like, oh, I'll, like, we have to go to war and there's going to be this little draft. And the only man in my family is my dad, and he's old. So I'm going to pretend to be a man so he doesn't have to go fight the war. And then obviously she falls in love with Li Shang, who, if you refer back to the top 10 hottest cartoon characters, he was my number 1. But she doesn't really give a shit. Like, she's like, I'm just trying to do this so my papa doesn't have to fight. And then she meets a cast of goofy characters that she fights alongside. Like, it's just more interesting than all the other movies. So she's slept on. The animation in that is so pretty too.
Because she's Chinese.
Cool.
That's why.
Well, she slept on. And
You know what? You've convinced me. I'm taking my 5 off and putting her there too.
yeah, she's the best. She should be higher, but sorry, I have favorites. But yeah, it's just the most interesting one. And then you get like battle scenes, which I feel like was kind of rare for like Disney. Like, they'd have little scuffles, but this was like a full-on war. So,
Yeah,
okay.
that movie slaps.
Yes. It really does. The music is like so freaking iconic. Oh my stars. It is really the best one.
Why is she a princess though?
Because Li Shang that she ends up with is like royalty. And so just by nature of like the marriage, she like marries into it. But
Cool.
she
Good.
freaking earned it.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, well, I guess that's your 5 as well.
Yep. Now it is.
Yeah, she's the best. I'm glad I convinced you. My number 4 is someone you were talking mess about, and it's Cinderella.
That basic.
Here's why.
Is there a live action one of those?
Yes, and it's the best live action.
Who even? We already talked about
We've
this.
talked about this so many times. It's okay. It's the girl from Baby Driver, Lily. She, yes, basic as she may be, she's one of the freaking founding fathers. So credit there. Also, the term a Cinderella story to talk about like a transformation of someone, you can't tell me anyone else has that. And also, she goes from literally like her parents are both axed. Well, they just die because sickness, disease.
She is one of the OG rags to riches.
Exactly.
She's kind of the American dream.
Yes.
Damn.
So basic as she may be, she's earned her spot in the princess realm.
Yeah. Fine.
So thank you. I think her fits could be better, but hey, we can't, win them all.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Their steez back then wasn't dialed yet.
Also, she literally had to clean all the time because her evil stepmother and sisters were rats. Fun fact, when I was little, I saw Disney on Ice, because of course, and her 2 stepsisters, like, we got front row because my grandpa, the 2 stepsisters like came up to our side, and I was like, ew, I was giving them stank face, and one of them did a little na boo boo at me, and I was like, oh, we're beefing now.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just thought that was a cool story. Anyways,
It would have been crazy if you just swung on them
I know that would be kind of cool.
close enough to the wall and you just
Yeah, literally.
check. Just
That's something my
shoulder check
sister
'em,
would do. 100%.
just clothesline them.
I should have. I forget what their names were. It was like Priscilla and Pazuki or whatever.
Pazuki.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's my girl Cinderella. She really freaking hustled. And then it just was like, she was like, sorry, I want to go dance. And then her freaking step fairy godmother was like, boopity boopity boo. And she was just like, yeah. And then the prince was like, oh my God, I love her. Like, she didn't even care. She was just like, I want to go dance. She really is that bitch.
Just showed up to a dance.
Well, she went to the ball because
Just
she was
went
like,
to the
I've always
ball.
wanted to go. And it doesn't happen every freaking day. And then her fairy godmother was like, I will grant you the wish. She won him over with her moves, much like how I won you.
Yep.
So that's my number 4.
Cool.
Yep.
My number 4, we already talked about it. Ariel. So there you go.
Brilliant.
I think we've said what we needed to say. I don't even think I've seen The Little Mermaid.
I
if I'm gonna be
guarantee you
honest.
haven't.
Maybe once. Maybe my mom showed it to me once. Maybe
Who's the evil person in it?
Ursula.
Oh yeah. So maybe you did watch it once.
No, but it's just because my mom's always like, oh,
No, that's what I'm
the-
saying. Is like I could see her being like,
just like that's the, or everybody would just be like, "What's your mom's name?" And they'd be like, "Oh, that's the evil person in The Little Mermaid." And I was like, "Yep,
Yep, I've only heard that about 100 times.
guys are hilarious."
You're so original. Yeah. Okay. Well, my number 3, we've already talked about him. It's Aladdin.
Cool.
There's something so freaking sexy, dude, about his little vest. And then you get the little chest action. Yeah, I love him. What can I say? He's a rascal.
Really like the Middle Easterners, huh?
Sorry, they're hot. I don't know what to say to you. Yeah, he's just a rascal. He goes after the girl he loves. I don't know. He's freaking sexy. So, oh my God, and the songs in that freaking movie are so good.
I don't want to see the live action one just because Will Smith is
No,
the genie.
I'm good.
What's the genie's name? Why am I
The
tripping?
genie.
Cool. I knew that.
Yeah, it's okay. We will not be watching that. So
Why not?
you can watch that on your own time.
No,
No.
we.
If I'm not sober, sure.
I've actually heard it's a good one.
I've actually heard it sucks.
All right, then I guess
We gotta
both-
find
Yeah,
out.
we're both making shit up now.
Okay. Anyways, Aladdin, sexy motherfucker. The joy that it brings me is just unmatched. I'm so hungry. What are we gonna do for dinner? Halal, Chinese.
Chinese.
Sounds good. Anyways, your number, Trace.
Fiona from Shrek. Are you kidding me?
Okay, talk about it.
It's just a classic one. It's one of the ones I've actually seen.
This is true.
She's up in her tower waiting on her Prince Charming, just some classic princess shit. But guess what? She's an ogre. She's got a crazy curse. I don't think any of the princesses have a curse that sucks as much as hers, except for maybe Sleeping Beauty.
I would argue that ogre is worse than sleepy.
Yeah, ogre's ass.
Yeah.
So
And she's funny. She has personality.
Mhm.
Like, she's not just like, hee hee hee. She's not like other girls, you know?
good karate.
Great karate.
Yep, she can whoop some. She can hold it down.
She really can. The musical, she is just as funny. Her songs are great. She has a tap dance number. So, okay, throw that in the mix. Yeah, she's a good one. That's a good
Yep.
pick.
Shout out to Fiona. I don't know what makes her a princess, who her dad is.
See, but we'll never know.
See, we need more of that backstory. How'd she get up in that tower?
We'll never know.
Shit.
And yeah, it's just better that it stays that way.
Shit.
Well, my number 2 is the Beast.
Okay.
From Beauty and the Beast, of course. / he turns into a prince at the end. Spoiler alert. Yeah. First of all, Zaddy alert.
Oh my god.
Second of all, just freaking goes. It's a true enemies to lovers situation, which is always fun. Don't love how Disney was like, bestiality could be love if you think about it, because that's kind of a weird thing to be like, I'm in love with this beast.
Yeah, but he talks.
Okay. Still, that's weird. However, him as a character, he's great. He freaking brings her to the library at that one point and he's like, I know you like to read. Can you teach me to read? And then she's like, sure. Oh my gosh. And then he learns how to freaking eat soup the proper way. He learns how to dance. He's just he has a heart of gold. And I love him. And yeah, he turns into a prince who's like low-key so ugly at the end. And you're like, let's go back to the Beast. But that's not how the curse works. So
I've never thought about how the bestiality, like, yeah, that kind of rocked my world. My worldview is, it's, as the kids would say, it's cooked.
yeah, they would say that. And yeah, because when they fall in love, she doesn't know about the freaking curse. So in her mind, he's Beast. She's not like, if we fall in love, he turns into a prince. No, it's just Beast. And then she learns about it. And she's like, what? Yeah. So it's pretty crazy.
Ooh.
So yeah, that message is kind of weird. And never mind, I'm not going to say that. But, you know, maybe it's why certain people are the way they are. That's what I'll say.
Cool.
But yeah, he's great.
What was he? Well, how did he get cursed? Was he
like
is he a janitor? I feel like he's a janitor.
Huh?
Oh,
Okay, so clearly you've never seen that movie, because that's crazy. No, he gets cursed because he's a prince. He's this like powerful prince, and then one stormy night, this like creepy ass, ugly ass old woman comes to the house and was like, "Hey, can I stay here? It's raining." And he's like, "Ew, you're gross. Get away." And she goes, "Psych, I'm a crazy wizard, and I'm gonna put a curse on you now because you were so mean just because you thought I was Uggo." And so she's like, "Now you're Uggo. And unless you find true love, you're going to be Uggo forever, boy."
Cool.
Yep.
Shout out to the Beast.
Yep.
What are we at?
You're at your 2.
Princess Leia from Star Wars.
Okay. I was going to say something, but then it was going to be offensive, so I was not going to say
it.
I was just going to go. Because I think Star Wars is cool.
Have you ever watched it?
Yes. We've gone over this.
Which one?
We've gone over this because I was like, I don't know. The freaking, what's his face? Not Skywalker. Obi-Wan Kenobi's was a tiny, tiny boy. Maybe it was Luke Skywalker. He was a tiny, tiny boy. It was like the first one, probably. And it was boring. Yeah. I'm a hater. The only cool character is Jar Jar Binks.
You have, so that's the only one you've seen.
No, I've definitely seen more because my family like forced me to watch it if we were doing Forced Family Fun. So I don't know what other ones I've seen though. I'm trying to think of like cool events. I probably have literally seen like the first 2 and the last 2. How many are there?
Too many, honestly.
500, yeah.
9 now, I think. But those are like the numbered ones. Then they have like the
Ooh,
one-offs.
I remember there was like a race, like not a car race, but it was like those flying.
You were describing the worst one, the first one.
Okay, so I've definitely seen the first one. And then like freaking they smooch, but they're siblings.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
That's pretty cool.
That's in the fourth one. Fifth
Okay, so
one,
I've seen that one.
sixth one. I don't know.
And then she
One of the
wears
old
her little
ones.
outfit for Jabba the Hutt.
Yep. See, those were the good ones. Yeah, how do you not like the first one with Darth Maul at the end with his
I do like
red-
Darth Maul.
Come on, Star Wars is sick.
No. It looks like I'm hiding something, but this is just weirdly very comfortable.
Whatever. Unreal.
But my brothers did have lightsabers and they would have fights in the yard growing up. I think my sister got one. I never got one, which that was okay.
I had a few.
What color? What's the cool one?
There were a lot. I had a blue one. I got the certain characters, so I would get like Obi-Wan's.
Oh,
I had a
okay.
Yoda one.
Ooh, see, we had one of the boys, I can't remember which had which. One had a red one had a blue one. And then I think eventually we got the purple one.
Yeah, the Mace Windu.
Yeah. Weirdly though, as someone who hates it, if you like flashed a photo of the all like obscure characters, I can name an obscene amount of characters in that. So, quiz me. Not right.
Ooh.
We can do it now on air if you want.
It's freaking. Oh my god! I gotta get this
Queen
out.
Amidala, I did like her.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
She's played by. She had like the white face paint on and the
I thought
lippies.
that was Padme.
No, there was Padme and Queen Amidala because I liked her. I think. Wait, because it was the same actress. So did Padme become Queen Amidala? Queen Amidala.
I think you're a little mistaken over there.
Okay, let me look up Queen Amidala.
Okay, maybe it was like her secondary. What do you call it? Like your fake person, so that you don't have to go.
Padme Amidala. So she did become. So I know what I'm dang talking about.
Whatever. We both said the same shit. You were like, "Oh, Princess Amidala," and then I said, "Oh, Padme."
But then I said maybe she becomes her, and you said no. She always was her. Anyways,
Yo, cool. Princess Leia.
I did think frickin' Anakin was so hot because of his little ponytail. I was like, oh my god, that's so sexy.
Oh my god.
So, anything else you'd like to say?
Nope.
Cool. My number one, I am a little biased because back in my day, I got to play this bitch. And it's Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I'm so sorry, an earthquake just happened. It's Belle. She is the absolute top tier princess. She is smart as hell. She is witty. She has literally no interest in men. She's beautiful. She's the best.
Cool.
She loves her papa.
Yep.
She sacrificed herself for her papa.
I honestly know nothing about her.
Oh my god. Do you want to watch the full show that I was in? With me as Belle?
The full show.
The musical?
You have it?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Because I give it to you. You get to buy it.
Yeah, but what?
We could look it up on BoobTube.
It's on YouTube.
Well, not for the public, of course. That'd be so embarrassing. And then I had to kiss a guy who was Gaston, and he had the grossest macaroni breath I've ever encountered. And
macaroni breath.
yeah, like that's the only way I can describe it, is like he just ate a bowl of macaroni and that's like the remnants. Like it was disgusting. But then I got to hit him after we kissed
Nice.
because I didn't want to. But then I remember the first time I hit him, because we obviously didn't do it every time, like during rehearsal. And then the first time I actually did it, I went a little bit too into it because I was like, I don't know. And his wife was in the audience and his daughter. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And they're like, it's okay. But yeah, he had macaroni breath. And we were in the South, so he'd be like, "Hey, Belle, how are you today?" And I was like, "Oh my fucking god, this is so bad." But anyways, yeah, she's the best. She is beautiful and smart and talented and funny.
Cool.
And she does love a beast. That's a little bit. I don't really love that, but
Yeah, how they even get busy? Like that'd be.
oh, they
so
don't get
weird.
busy until he's a freaking prince. Trust me, I was her.
Well,
They just dance. They literally just do a waltz, and then they're like, "We're in love," and then they're like, "The spell is broken." So they get busy after he's a human, I'm sure.
that's good.
So
Cool.
okay,
Cool.
your number one.
Princess Peach.
Nice.
She's the reason we have so many great Mario games.
Nice.
It's her.
She really is the apple of his dang eye.
She is
The
one
peach
of
of his eye.
She is the OG video game damsel in distress.
Yep.
She is it.
Yep.
So
What was the like brunette girl? It was like
Daisy.
Daisy. That's who it was.
It's Luigi's hoe.
Nice.
But Mario is a kind of crazy concept. They're just freaking plumbers.
I know.
And then Donkey Kong comes in and just Bowser comes in and
Oh my
just,
god, Bowser.
wreck
Bowser's
shit.
Castle was my favorite one to race.
Oh my god.
Yeah, or Rainbow Road, of course.
Oh, see? And then Mario Kart? Are you kidding?
Oh my god, the way we need to get the Switch. We would run that up so heavily. I'd have to quit my jobs. I'd be like, sorry, I have to play Mario Kart.
That's what they would say.
Remember when that girl yesterday was like, rude when you burped?
Yeah, I don't think we would have been friends.
I would freaking hope not.
Those people were insufferable.
Also, I was like, is this the 1910s? What are you guys talking about? They sucked. Anyways, honorables for me. Li Shang. He was a prince. Prince Charles, IRL, even though he sucks, but he is a prince. Snow White, boring. Flynn Rider, who is Rapunzel's boo. Prince Charming, who is Sleeping Beauty's boo. Prince Charming is Snow White's boo. Sleeping Beauty, Rapunzel, and Princess Diana, because I'll never stop talking about her.
Woo!
So that's mine.
Moana.
Nice. That's it.
I feel like we've already talked about all these. What the fuck does this even say? Elsa? Is she a princess?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's cool.
She is cute.
So
Nice.
that's it. We've already said all the other honorables.
Okay.
I told you, you had to carry this one.
I hope I did you proud.
Cool. Yeah. Good stuff. Anything you want to say about the Juneteenth 13th Amendment?
I love you guys. San Francisco.